This one hardline is completely held up the entirety of my progress today. Hey everyone, I'm Grant the Rusty Autoholic guy and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm continuing work on trying to get this BEW TDI engine installed into my 2006 right-hand drive TDI Wrangler. So what I'm going to first be working on today is getting the crankshaft adapter and these two adapters on the motor. I already know I'm going to have some clearance issues from having done this with the ALH TDI I first tried using, specifically this coolant pipe that wraps around the motor. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. First piece I'm going to work on installing is the crankshaft adapter. Having done a few of these from KubotaSwappers now, I know these are basically a press fit. So I saved the original hardware and I'm going to use that to basically slide in the crankshaft adapter onto the original TDI crankshaft. Got a little too hot in the shop to have a hoodie on, so put on better clothes. The crankshaft adapter is going on really well. I'm not quite there yet. I'm just going around and I can kind of tell when it's not flat anymore and it gets in a bind and then I move to another spot. This is just one of those things that you have to take slowly, so I can get back to it. I have figured out the alignment of the flex plate to the adapter because these bolts are not all equally spaced. But I can't go ahead and bolt it on. I actually need to go ahead and install the actual adapter for the TDI to the Ford transmission. But the good thing to do is to go ahead and mark this. And now, since it's marked, I can easily get the flex plate on again. I actually sat here and spun it a lot because I couldn't, it didn't seem like it was quite lining up, but it turned out some of the old Loctite had gone on and was blocking some of the holes. So once I got the Loctite off, everything started lining up. But that's just a good little tip if you're messing with an automatic transmission. Just go ahead and mark it so you can easily line it up. The adapter was hitting this coolant hardline that wraps around the back of the BEW motor. I ran into the same problems with the ALH, so I'm just going to cut it right here and I'll figure out how to seal it later. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to install a plug or just pinch in and weld it, but I don't need to figure that out right now. I can figure that out a little bit later, so I'm going to get back to it. Alright, I kind of realized I've got to figure out how to plug this before I start putting the adapter plate on it because it's going to block it. I found this bolt and the head of it, if I really push in, fits into it. So I'm thinking about trying to take this pipe off, cutting the back side of this bolt off, and just welding that right there to plug the line. I actually think that's going to work, but I got to figure out how to get that coolant pipe off. I've been fighting this more than I really wanted to fight, and it's fighting me more than I thought it would fight me. I can't seem to easily get this pipe out. The seal is in there really good. It didn't leak water. Hoping everything I did doesn't cause it to have a coolant leak, because that would be my kind of luck. But with the pipe more movable, I think I can weld this on like that and get to this side over here, which is what I'm really worried about. I'm just not confident that this won't leak. So once this cools off, because you can see it's still smoking, I'm going to figure out a way to get this hard line out of here, and then I think I'm going to bench test it. I'm going to plug off this outlet and that outlet, and I think I'm going to put pressure on the other end and see if it holds pressure. If it will hold pressure, it's watertight. But there's so many little areas that I really can't get to, and I'd feel so much better taking this to my bench grinder and being able to see around it 360 degrees to make sure it's sealed properly. I thought I had started my camera. I hadn't. I was finally able to get the pipe to pop off. Kind of wish I had done this from the get-go. I'm going to go ahead and order a new seal. This one looks like it was working, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it. But I'm going to go ahead and take this to my bench grinder and really grind down all these welds to see if I have a leak anywhere. So I'm not really going to record this just because it's going to be me sitting at the bench grinder. So see y'all in a little bit. I found quite a few places where I had leaks. I'm also switching helmets because my auto darkening stopped working. It's like the second auto darkening that stopped working on me. So I'm going old school. Just darkened. Don't have to worry about damaging my eyes. A little bit more tricky, but guaranteed to work. This ended up working a little bit better than I thought. I have more welding to do, but I put my air hose in here, and this is going to be loud. But you can see I have a hole there, there, and there. So I'm going to get back to welding. Alright everyone, I think that's all I am doing today. I have gone ahead and ordered 2 new of these gaskets just on the off chance that I screw up the first one trying to reinstall this pipe into the block. I'll have a second one, and that's not going to get here for a few days. So I'm kind of in a point where I can't do anything else because I have to have the adapter plates off to install this pipe. Now I've tested this pipe. It seems to be water and air tight. The other thing I realized is I could get just some hose and put it over here and put a clamp on it. But I am 99% certain that this is now good and watertight. So is it pretty? No. Is it going to work? Yes. And quite frankly, that's all I want for this build. So anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.